Indiana State football fall camp coverage is brought to you by U.S. Lawn, the official lawn care provider of Sycamore Athletics.
Yeah, I know for me, being, this is my first, full season here as a special teams coordinator, and to come in my position and just on the team with the leadership, that Travis and Wyatt bring, not only to our specialist group, but to the whole team, it just doesn't even compare. It's just they're so amazing, obviously, at their craft and what they do on the football field. But what they bring in the locker room and to the team outside of what they do on the football field is just amazing as well. So they're so glad to have both of them there and to be leaders, like I said, for our specialist group and for the whole team. So yeah, they're amazing.
I know Connor Tierney was going to be a guy that would get an opportunity this year. Unfortunately, kind of had a health setback, but that's opened the door for a guy like Allen, for a guy like Braden. What have you seen from those two guys specifically? I know Anthony has come in too, transferring into the program, but all of those guys, what are the biggest things you've seen with the door slightly open for them?
Yeah, starting with Connor, obviously, sorry for him, and I know he's put in so much work to get back, and I know, he'll continue to put in the work and be back in no time. But like you said, I've seen tremendous growth from Allen, from Braden, from Anthony, and some of the young guys, Ryan as well. Obviously, Aaron's been doing a fantastic job with Wyatt, and so I think our depth, at all three positions is really good. I feel very good about any one of the guys we have in this locker room being able to go in on the being thrown in on the field and being able to compete at a high level. And so I think Allen's really stepped up, in all phases. That we've asked him to, whether it be kickoffs, whether it be field goals, and Braden as well. Braden's kind of that Swiss Army knife where he can come in, he can pump for you if you need him to, he can kick off, and he can do field goals. So I think, those guys as well, having that next man up mentality and being able to fill in, at multiple positions, it's been, great for me to not only have, one backup punter or one backup field goal guy or kickoff guy. They can all do so much. So, yeah, both of those guys have stepped up in a huge way to fill in where we needed them to.
How crucial has a guy been like Jalen Moss in it seems like another, you mentioned utility knife for Braden Johnson. It seems like he's a utility knife, and you can put him really on whatever special teams unit and whatever position you need him in.
Oh, yeah. There's a guy like Jalen, he's came in obviously newer to the program. A guy that, we've seen out here, striding and looking good, but not really sure, what he can give us on the football field. And, very early on, I knew he was going to be a guy on defense as well, especially for me on special teams, that can help out anywhere we need him to. And that's the thing, not only Jalen, but we have so many guys like that on this team. Jalen Moss, Matt Thompson, Jonathan Edwards, a Ty Hambright, these guys who, if Coach let me, I'd use them on all four special teams every single play, Anoke, right, Zach Larkin, all these guys. There's so many that, I just keep plugging them in on as many as I can until, our training staff and our coach are like, hey, let's take them off a couple, give them a little break, which I obviously understand, whatever's best for the team, but, kind of being a little selfish on my end, I want to use them all on, on all four teams. So, yeah, Jalen's came in and done a great job. Like I said, Matt and some of those guys. We just have so many players on this team who want to compete and that really value special teams. And I think, from my standpoint, and I know that's set, from our head coach, that special teams is a huge, it's going to determine whether we win or lose a game. And so I think those guys take pride in that. And, I love that guys want to be on all four special teams. So, yeah, it's great.
How explosive can you be in terms of the returners that you have this year and what they can do on kickoff return and punt return?
Oh, yeah, so excited about these guys and what they can do in the return game. We still have some of our best returners, from the 2019 season, as well as added a couple more extremely fast guys and shifty guys as well. So definitely looking forward to that first game and moving forward as far as seeing what our returners can do and what the guys in front of them can do as well, giving them space to be able to let them do what they do. So very excited.
I asked this to Coach Morgan. It's about your guys, and that's why we're all here, for me to help out and cover student athletes and tell their story, for you guys to coach them and get them ready for whatever is next in their life. But as you get prepared for this week, what are the emotions going to be like for you, Coach Stokes, on game day when it's here after the last year? It hasn't been, after something we kind of probably took for granted.
Yeah, I know for me it's going to be pretty emotional. For all of us, but, for myself, for the players. I know all the work that they've put in, not only to play, last season that obviously, we didn't get a chance to do, and they all bought into that and put in the work and understood that every, decision that was made and all the work that they put in was so that we could, be as ready as we are right now heading into this fall. And so, I think just the realization of not only, that it's finally game day, that it's finally here, but just knowing, how close everybody stuck together, how close everyone, bonded as a team through the toughest of times, and just realizing that, game day is here, and we pretty much made it, to this point with all the same people, we've had through this whole thing. And I think, that's one thing about this team, that I love and that I love about this team is just, how close, this past year or two has brought us in moving forward into this week 1 game. So it's going to be special for sure.